Hello, Thunderbirds. Welcome back to the Art Room with Mr. Eck. Today we're going to be doing a drawing lesson, and we're going to be talking about some basics about how to draw, well, anything really, but specifically how to draw a human or a person. They're usually the same thing. Anyway, so you can draw anything if you break it down into basic shapes. So that's what we're going to be learning today. So I'm going to switch over to my camera so you can watch me, and we're going to draw together in real time. And if you need to pause the video to catch up or to erase and try again, feel free to do that. And let's draw some people. So as I just said, you can draw just about anything if you break it down into basic shapes. If you look at any how to draw book, that's the same thing they'll do. They'll start you off with circles or boxes, and then you add more lines that connect those together, and then you add more details, and before you know it, you've got a panther or a horse or a person. So with that in mind, let's get started drawing a person. So start off with an oval somewhere towards the top of your page. And it needs to be towards the top because you got to have room for the body. And then do 2 lines for the neck. And then for the body, we're going to do kind of a long rectangle. And make it kind of skinny. You don't want it too wide because then your person will end up very boxy. Alright, when we're talking about arms and legs, I want you to think of them in 2 parts. There's the upper part that goes down to the elbow, shoulder to the elbow, and I'm going to draw that with a rectangle. I'm going to draw the bottom part with another rectangle, starting from the elbow down to the wrist. Notice how the arm goes out away from the body a little bit. That's pretty natural. I'm going to draw 2 rectangles, and then you can either do a ball or a square for the hand. I'm going to do a square. You can add fingers and such later. Alright, and now some of this is actually like the belt would be somewhere right in there. So for the legs, same thing. You're going to have from the hip to the knee. Draw 2 long rectangles for that. And notice how the rectangles meet up with the body. Sometimes people draw legs like this, but like what is this and what's this? The leg needs to go straight into the side of the body, right here. And then they come together like this in the middle. And we draw another one down here. And if you're drawing a shoe from the sideways, you can make like a rectangle, or if it's from the front, you can do just like a circle. I'll do one of each, that way you can see what that looks like. And that is how you draw a basic person. Now let's say I wanted his arm to be up in the air. Well, in that case, you draw 1 rectangle this way, 1 rectangle this way, and then the hand is up here, like he's waving. See? So imagine there's like a circle there that pivots, and anywhere this goes, it's like the whole arm would move, but it would have to stay connected right there. Same thing with the connections here. You don't actually need to draw those circles. I'm just doing it so you can realize how the human body moves. Then we're going to start fleshing it out a little bit, is the way I've heard it called, where we kind of round stuff out and start erasing some of these boxy lines. So once you've gotten to this part, then feel free to continue this video. I'm going to do the rest in time lapse so you can see how I would finish out a drawing like this. And if you had trouble with this part, then by all means pause it, rewind it, get wherever you need to work and get to this point, and then you can finish your drawing out as well. Your person doesn't have to look just like mine when you're done, but the basic layout is good. Also, a couple more things before I start my time lapse. Generally, the human body is about 7 to 8 human heads tall, if you want to get exact. So let's see how I did. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got about 5.5. So technically my person should be taller. I feel like that's pretty close. I feel like it looks pretty proportional, but just so you know. Also, as far as like how long the arms need to be, his pockets would be like right here, right? So, and usually people bend their elbows to put their hands in their pockets. So when the arm is long and straight, the hands need to go below the pockets. So just keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to fast forward the rest of this, and then you guys will get the chance to finish your drawings. And that is how I draw people. Um, I mean, in the end, I ended up drawing myself because I thought, why not? But okay, this isn't perfect. This body ended up being a little bit skinnier than Mr. Eck, and also the arm's a little bit long. But overall, I think it's a pretty good example of how to draw a person. And the most important thing is that you guys have the chance to draw a person out of simple shapes like circles and blocks and rectangles, and then turn that into a successful drawing of a person. I feel like that's good for your confidence as an artist, and it's good for your future art as well. You can use the same technique with drawing anything. Just look at it and ask how you can break it down into basic shapes. Like if you're drawing a dog, then maybe the body is a long rectangle and the head is an oval with maybe like a smaller oval for the nose, and then you just connect it with lines. But pretty much anything you can draw using basic shapes. And I'm planning on doing a few more of these. I think this is a good basic drawing lesson. We should probably do one about how to draw hands. That's a tricky one too, but I think this is good for today. So I hope you had fun drawing a person, and I hope you feel good about it. And I hope you like it enough that you'll practice, because the more times you do it, absolutely the better you'll get. That is my #1 advice for people that say, how are you so good at art? Or how do I get better at art? It's practice. Anything that you do a lot of times, you will get better at. So I hope you've enjoyed this time of getting to focus on your drawing skills, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will draw many more people in the future. All right. Good job, Thunderbirds.